I mean, Tempest probably would help with this. We told him about it.
I doubt
But
it.
I don't think.
I don't trust that ill fuck. Especially if he's being controlled by a fae. Maybe if we tell him he's being puppeted by a fae, he may help us.
So nice. They have no chaos in them.
Okay, so shall we say step 1 is find the dragon shard?
Probably.
Yeah.
If we survive that, then we can try and find the other shard.
I feel like finding the this is just DM talking out of table here, but I feel like finding the Tempest shard is a significantly easier endeavor. But you do
yes, but it takes longer to get to the dragon. It would take longer to get to the dragon. While Tempest, we can kind of just gangbang him and force him to tell us where it is.
I don't think we're gangbanging Tempest. I don't know.
Can we get someone?
18. I don't know what you're thinking. Gangbanging him at level 3.
Yeah.
I think it would just destroy us entirely. And Hunter, yes, I agree. The Tempest shard definitely easier and probably closer by. But if we're gonna die, let's die big. In a blaze of dragonfire or acid.
Was anyone have an invisibility spell?
What was that?
Does anyone have an invisibility spell?
At level 3, no.
Shit.
Against an ancient dragon.
PTSD. We're doing it live. Fuck it. Carl,
maybe if we need some Hyperion in there, it'll be fine.
So I will forgive. So I will forgive you. I will forgive you for your newness to D&D. But I'm just going to. So Trevor and Sean both understand the implications of this, but for your sake, Kennedy and Josh, you're speaking of using an invisibility spell against a creature with a passive perception of 27.
Oh.
I think dragons have true vision too, don't they? Or true sight?
True sight.
They do it. They do when they become a certain age. Yeah.
So Inkara will attempt to light a fire. just a small one.
I believe your adventurer pack has torches.
Ah. That works too.
As long as you have an adventurer pack, you have 10 torch cloths, each which has an hour of burn time.
I was gonna say it would be a cool idea to use a staff for that, but yeah.
You can still do the magic thing. I'm just telling you, this is a resource you have access to.
yeah, we should heal automatically. Yeah, on our.
Tazzle is just like, but that one's cooler.
I like this one.
And he's right.
Useful things with my cool rando stick.
So which is it going to be?
I don't care.
Adorn me.
Adorn you. Okay. I will light a fire and then see if Brill's stick can pick it up.
Wait, you're going to light his stick on fire? I missed that part.
No. I'm gonna light like a section of flame with like sticks and roughage, and then see if his stick can pick it up.
Deadpool Wolverine. Adorn me, Beardo.
Your
tailor is
you know what?
But I'm into it.
You know what? Okay.
I don't like that you
light, as long as you light a tuft that is less than a pound of material, his stick will be able to float this little burning tuft above it. Now, a pound of burning material will only light for not that long, so this will be about 10 minutes of fire before it goes out, and he has a pile of ashes on above his stick.
I will just give Brill a bunch of like sticks to hold in one hand and be like, keep it going. Like, just adds more sticks. Adds more sticks to the fire that's floating.
This is a torch with so much extra work. Because it's also they revolve. So he's got 2 items that he wants to keep up there. I don't know what your other 2 items are right now, but he's got 3 things floating, so the little flame is just circling around the top of it. And it's going out like 10 times faster than a torch would, so you're just feeding this little campfire that's rotating in the air instead of just lighting a torch. Which is so fucking... It's so good because it's so dumb.
It's aesthetic. It's the aesthetic.
I knew this fucking Staff of Adornment was going to be phenomenal. Adorn me.
Well, with you guys trying to keep this little flicker alive, we progress, I'll say up to here before we take another moment.
It's bad. Oh, there we go.
You get about halfway, rounding the bend of the cliff that leads down to the graveyard spider den. And you realize, looking around, that it is now well into dusk. And your little fire above Brill's stick is at least giving you a couple feet of light. But it is starting to get quite dark. For those like Torin, who do not see well in the dark, the cart and Brill's light are most of what you're guiding yourself by.
I can see in the dark.
You can. Doesn't mean everybody can.
True.
We think the spiders can.
What? Oh, that's a question for your group. That's a question for your group. Torin poses a very important question. Do you guys think the spiders can see in the dark?
I believe so, but I'm not sure.
Probably. Most likely. I grew up in the jungle. The spiders found their way everywhere. It is the jungle. We have large spiders. It's much like this, but yes. They can see in the dark.
It feels like a waste for a nat 20 on a nature check.
Yeah. Torin is also very convinced that these giant predators will have some form of night vision.
Like, I'm sure, but I wish I was wrong.
Although it is very uncomfortable that you can see less than the spiders will be able to see you, you very much believe this to be the case.
So we're going to leave Brill back here with his awesome torch, and I will walk carrying my torch in my hand.
You're gonna ride a normal torch.
Yes, a plain basic bitch torch.
Fantastic. Your normal pitch rag torch, which will burn for about an hour versus the occasional 10 minutes. And with each of you carrying one of the handles, you guys will take the cart from Hyperion and move forward into the dark. Yeah. With the assistance of the torch, you have a pretty good 30-foot circle of I can see what's going on. And from there, of course, Torin, your vision then fades out pretty quickly past the light. But Inkara's will continue another roughly 30 feet. You guys dragged the cart. How far forward do you want to go?
I'm thinking pretty far, like close to them, but also not near that ladder.
All right.
Like over like maybe here-ish.
Over there. Okay, you guys are going to go over there. Fantastic. So we'll rotate to go like,
And Kara will just go around with this because she's like, he's the spider whisperer. I don't know what it means.
And Kara, can you make me, Kara, first of all, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception?
Yours is a 17? Okay. Yep. And then what's your passive?
I believe mine's 12.
12?
Yeah, 12.
Okay. Let me roll this in the background here. Oh, ain't that about a bitch?
I don't know.
It is only when it crests into the bright circle, almost lunging distance away from you, Inkar, that you notice one of the creatures. As the stealthy little shit sneaks up almost to the point where it can get at you, and then it seems interested in the car.
And Kara will kind of just freeze and be like, easy. We brought you and your mother food. It is not us. It is in the cart. Don't tell it.
Essentially, that's like, as we promised, we brought you guys food.
Torin, your passive perception is going to pick up on one that is a little bit less stealthy, who now appears over here.
Oh no.
Is also creeping quite close to you.
So then we put the cart in front of us and kind of like back away a little bit. So they'll get to the cart first and then hopefully eat that.
Okay.
Now,
you see each of them. Go ahead.
I thought they were bigger last time.
That was the mom.
You see each of them grab one of the carcasses out of the cart in their large mandibles and start dragging it away off into the darkness.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. I guess we'll go more over towards the ladder now because there were a lot more than 2 last time.
Are we distributing food? What the fuck is this, Torin?
Well, if they take the food and fuck off, I'm okay with that.
Can we not?
Jesus Christ. So a little bit of above the table here on a nat 20 stealth check.
Oh no, please.
You guys hear a brief chittering behind you. Brill, even you who is watching on from afar, you only notice when suddenly the darkness behind the two of them seems to be moving in its entirety, and a much larger individual has made its way behind them, making almost no noise until its mandibles start clacking together behind them.
Torin, your friend is here.
Really? Oh, fuck me.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, so again with the signing of like, as we promised, we brought you food in the cart.
You better make friend with the Torin.
I'm trying. So if we kind of like leave the cart, I guess a little bit north of me, and then like kind of move down towards the ladder area, is it staying with the cart or going towards us?
It seems to stay by the cart.
Hell yes.
In fact, somewhat to your chagrin, as you guys back up a bit, the creature grabs the entire cart and starts dragging it away.
Wait.
Woo!
Oh, see you later. Goodbye.
You're welcome.
Nice to know ya.
Enjoy your meal.
It is off to the edge of the cliff when you start to hear this creaking sound.
Oh no.
And if you squint a little bit, you can see it is dragging the cart up the cliff.
Christ. Well, that cart's gone. Alright, do we want to try and go up the cliff ourselves now?
Well, I hope the cart resets.
Why the bloody fuck would we do that?
Alright, let's go.
Because there's probably important shit up there.
Hyperion, let's go, bro.
Are you trying to test the luck?
You're
I like the idea that Hyperion just fucking neighs at you.
Up the hill, up tower.
The ladder.
It's at this point, you guys see this little lizard behind you just kind of skitter toward the tower and start climbing.
No. I find it more funny that we all look over at the outpost as like we just hear a "Come on, guys!" We look over at the outpost. Brill is already halfway up the ladder, and we're like, "What the fuck? How did he get over there?"
That was it. I guess the decision has been made.
Let's go.
And here we go.
Into the thick of it. All right, so I'm going to pop these spiders off. We'll say everyone's going to climb then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me move everybody up to the top of the ladder. There are lots of tiny ones skittering about like little ants.
Vacation on Patreon.
What? Subscribe to my Patreon? Please.
Oh, that's intentional. I give credit to the person I stole the map from.
I see the clue. The ancient god Patreon.
That's very intentional. I have to give credit to the Patreon that I took the map from, okay?
That's hilarious. But I want the nest. The nest is mine.
What nest? That nest?
The nest is mine.
The nest full of spider eggs.
Yeah.
Aww.
Perhaps we don't take the spider eggs.
What?
You can find a spider egg nest or whatever in BG3.
Interestingly enough, the message seems to have passed throughout the entire colony to leave you be.
We fed the mama, and she is happy with her corpses.
Okay, good.
You were speechless, and I made you the horse.
I do remember being
Thank God that worked.
Thank God that worked.
Can we investigate the area around here for things like plot hooks or gear?
Plot hooks? Is that what you said?
Yes.
You find some gear or maybe some plot hooks.
An investigation for a plot hook?
It'd be like something that's important.
I mean,
things that are obviously out of place that might be relevant to us leaving here.
I have okay investigation.
I mean,
could try that too.
They have a spider
you.
trapped down there. They must mean something.
okay. Well, with an 11, what you... Oh, shit, I X'd out of something I wanted to keep. With an 11, what you notice is that this hive of spiders is oddly organized, and spiders don't tend to group together like this. And there seems to be almost a flow to this place. Like the bridges happen in a structured manner that kind of lead to specific places. And your 14, Ankara, will reveal, as you paid very close attention, the fact that some of the highways, you could call them, are more upkept than others.
I guess I could try a nature check, I guess. Actually, kind of already... Everything's kind of explained, I think, unless...
You could try your own.
Oh, so one of my decent things. Natural 1! Oh, no. Oh. Natural 1.
23 nature check.
Holy shit.
Alright, so a couple of things that you discern, Baril. The obvious, which has already been discerned, is that spiders don't congregate like this naturally, or at least not normally. So there is something forcing them to be together as a colony. Usually individualistic hunters, they seem to be working together a lot. You understand that the food supply for a colony of hunters of this scale must be enormous. And these creatures must eat a lot of the wildlife from the forest.
Holy shit. I just got an idea, but,
Which is?
I have one more thing for you, bro. with your 18. Some of the silk on the particularly important bridges is not normal. It tinges to you as unnatural, perhaps even magic in nature.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now just tell you what I was thinking. I wonder if I don't know. I almost feel like this is partially metagaming, but like not at the same time.
Torn is starting to march deeper into the hive.
Are you telling me we're not in the heart?
Torn, as you march deeper into the hive, you are pleasantly surprised that they are still leaving you alone. Even as you approach their more sensitive areas, they are not openly hostile to you.
And I love that for them.
I have a strange, yeah, I'll, okay. I wonder if the main lead spider here
Was not that?
might be our little friend we ran into.
I don't know if that was the
Can I do a
case.
history check to see if I knew? Actually,
I'd walk away with a pet spider so fast.
Really, your history, your knowledge of history will tell you that there do exist beings capable of transforming into animals.
my general idea is I wonder if our little friend we found out in the woods if he might be part of this thing, or the lead being, who knows? Because if I can tell that these are magical in nature, I think even as a wizard I could technically cast this, but I don't have it yet. Or I didn't choose it yet. So I think this is like a level 2 spell. If I'm to cast web.
Wait, I'm confused. Are we not in the heart of the nest?
No. Well, I mean, technically you're in the heart of the nest, like you're somewhere in the middle, but you're not in the crux of the nest. You will find that this network of spiders is enormous. Think like something. I would say the best analogy I can give you in modern fiction that you might know. Think something out of like The Hobbit, where an entire section of the forest is just spiders.
Yeah.
And Kara will turn to Torin and be like, I have an idea. So back home in the jungle, the big game had a lot of trails in the woods that interconnected. If we follow the cleanest trail of the spiders, the most well-worn, the most used, well, in this case, I guess the most clean, we may be able to find, even though this is hard, the most important section of the nest.
This is a good idea.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Kara will like puff up a little bit, and she'll be like, "Zabov, I thought you stopped talking." Like in regards to like Hyperion, be like, ah.
So, Hyperion, now that you're actually here, we'll drag you back into the fray.
Fuck.
So your cart that you were protecting. The cart that you were protecting has been annihilated and dragged off by one of the larger spiders. You're currently at the back of the group as you watch Tornin and Kara with their torch, one of them with their torch, abound, walk deeper into the spider-infested woods.
Yeah, Hyperion's just gonna Geralt the Rivia under his breath, and then just follow after.
Wait a minute! Stop! Does anyone have a string? I feel like we get lost very easily in the. There he goes. Okay, this is.
Pray tell.
I feel like we could get lost very easily in these woods.
Pray tell. In woods covered head to toe and every inch in silk, you would use a string as your guiding method.
I didn't say it had to be a white streak. Could be red with blood.
From hemorrhoids.
Why did you have to bring it to hemorrhoids?
I don't know.
Why hemorrhoids?
It was because it was disturbing.
Who's hemorrhoids?
I got the reaction I was looking for.
Good job.
The more important question, whose hemorrhoids would you be using?
His own.
He's dead.
They're still
I can
there,
still-
I guess, tagging off.
Well, actually, I guess I don't really eat. I probably would have had a couple shits just because there's still food in the system after, but like
That was a while ago.
it was.
No, but seriously, how are we marking our way back?
I mean, if we're gonna be going through a like silk-laden forest, I'm gonna guess we'll have a trail behind us of where we've broken through things.
There is a pretty apparent trampling in the silk coating.
Well, fuck.
Much to the chagrin of the little worker spiders who seem to be attempting to repair.
And
Yes,
I noticed
but
that
also-
the bridges of webbing are more magical-ish, or not.
Well, you noticed a particular strand thereof, like there was a vein of magic thread.
Ah.
Should we follow it? That may be able to bring us to the source.
Probably.
Sure.
Let's go.
That's a unanimous decision, then, huh? We're going to follow the thread.
Yes.
Better or worse, and probably worse.
At that, and Kara will turn around to Torin and be like, if we come back here and the worker spiders have fixed it, do not blame me. And then turn back and follow Will.
Okay. So, who of you has the best vision? It would probably be Inkara, both with their ability to navigate through forest and their night vision. So, Inkara, I'm going to have you. Oh,
Why is
God.
it always me? Why is it
You
always
chose to play a ranger. This is your job.
This is
I-
what you do.
I want to
Can
tell
you,
you you right now, and I don't know why.
That's not what you do.
What do you
I
want?
mean, you could try. I'm having a moment here.
Are you dying?
Survive.
Mo, he needs the Heimlich.
If the DM dies, do we all win?
I guess.
Well, no more story. I mean, it's not.
Joke's on you. We're
That's-
still here.
That's fair.
Oh, the story moment.
I'm good. I'm good.
Thank God.
We're glad.
All right. And Kara, I'm going to have you make a survival check.
That I can do.
Is it something you can do? Are you sure?
To track this,
I can attempt to do so, yes.
I need you to track this magical thread in the web there of others.
You said survival?
Survival, yes. Survival is generally used as tracking.
So this is at advantage? Then, because I'm in the forest. Ah, and what an advantage it was!
You know, yeah, technically it would be an advantage for your city. So, yeah, then it mattered. It fucking mattered, didn't it?
A nat 1 and a nat 20. What a fucking advantage that was.
As I tend to say, at least 20 times a day, perfectly balanced is all.
I know exactly what's going on.
So, Inkara, it takes you a minute, but you spot this almost ethereal, translucent thread amongst the cords. And as it kind of twirls and intertwines with them, you manage to follow it down the bridges. They're up in the trees, so you're kind of following underneath of it. But you lead the group on their way. Follow this bridge. And I'm going to need every person in the party to go ahead. I'm trying to put you guys back on the fucking grid there. I'm going to need every person in the party to make a charisma saving throw right now.
Fuck.
You went the wrong way. You went the wrong way. I just fucked us over.
Oh.
Where's my
Oh, I can't
my
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
bags, dude?
Okay.
Fuck. Oh, it's the same.
I don't think I made mine.
It's the same.
Okay.
0.
So both Torin and Brill, especially Torin, you two are going to be inflicted with the frightened condition.
Yes.
As a creature quite literally materializes before you off of that magic thread.
Oh! What is that?
Run away.
And it taps these fangs together as you see this white venom drip from it.
What the
Pop back to Torin. Torin, as you're one of the people who is currently terrified, as a reminder, for those of you who don't know, Sean might know, but as of you who don't know, the terrified condition means you are incapable of making any hostile actions toward this creature or moving toward it of your own will. It can move toward you, but you can't make a motion toward it any closer than it comes to you.
Yeah.
Where's the... I would click on your character. Given the spooky wookie.
Yeah, could I disengage safely?
Yeah, you're absolutely allowed to get out of its distance. You just won't be able to get any closer after you move away.
Oh, that's fine. That's why I have a meat shield /horse.
That's what I'm doing.
Torin doesn't not... Oh, there it is. I was going to say, Torin doesn't have the scared thingy.
To be fair, Trevor gave himself that. Trevor took the initiative to find that little notification. I didn't know that was there.
Where are you going?
So Torin immediately just gets the fuck out of there. He's just like, nope. He backs right down.
And Carl will be like, but you're the only thing who can speak with it. Come back.
This thing can probably speak by himself.
You do not know that. Maybe it is nice.
I do know that I'm scared. I'm very, very scared. And I can do my little, spider sign from back here. Just fine.
Just yelling from back there.
Are you not done?
For the terror that this is worth, the creature seems to flicker for a moment, and it is no longer in front of you.
Is it a phasing spider, you fuck?
Was I supposed to move all my movement away?
Oh no, you don't have to. You don't have to. It's not compelling you to move away.
Okay.
Hunter, if I turn around, is it going to be behind me?
That's a different condition.
Spiders were not permitted. We did not agree on that.
Shelly.
No, you just can't move. You can't move toward it, and if you do anything hostile, it's at disadvantage. Torin, much to your chagrin, when the creature silently and immediately reappears, it has followed you.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Do I get a second save now, or is it more like I'm still as terrified, but he's now closer?
You can make a save to break the fear.
Let's try and do that, because,
You do not want to eat me. I am full of...
It didn't work.
And hate.
Torin, it chasing you does nothing to reassure you.
I'm full of liquor and piss and hate.
Torin, what I will have you do, because though you are afraid, you are still intelligent. Can you go ahead and make me an active perception check?
The Hobbit. You don't want to eat me. I have worms. Or he has worms. Why would you say that?
Torin, so in your fear, you are still pattern recognizing, and you notice he is still connected to that ethereal thread.
He. It is a he.
Well, okay, I say he isn't. It's hard to sex a spider.
Not really.
What?
Well, either way, I am not going to try right now. All right.
This thing's going on my notes.
Please do, because I haven't written anything.
I took
Torin,
a photo.
If you focus very closely, you almost hear what you could interpret as wind rustling through the branches around you.
Could not make that out.
So what compels you to enter the nest?
Oh. Curiosity / suicidal ideations?
You seem to end yourself.
Not intentionally.
And isn't this exact word, Torin, that another drop of that viscous white venom falls off the tip of his fang?
Yeah, zombie apocalypse.
Like, I want to try and catch that, but I'm not going to.
Yes, make sudden movements near the very quick ambush predator.
What's that meme where they're like, my mom's like cleaning my room and they open the door and it's like...
So Torin and Brill, can both of you once again make another charisma check to see if you can break the fear?
Sure.
I want to see.
Okay, Torin, finally, upon standing in front of this thing long enough, you kind of get yourself together. Okay. You are no longer terrified of this creature, though you may still be afraid of it.
Well, I'm still sane, so yes.
Inkara is gonna slowly just like inch this way. Just to get a better look.
Okay. Like, dear
Torin,
God, do not slowly draw your bow.
Torin, you catch like 3 of this thing's eyes rotate and fix on Inkara.
Yeah, that's just unnerving as fuck.
I am not.
It has like one group of eyes on you, one group of eyes on Inkara, and then like one group keeping an eye on the other 2.
Yeah, that's
Inkara
just creepy.
says as she slowly approaches to like put her paws up and be like, I am not here to harm you. We are here to assist with anything you need.
Why?
Because hopefully you can help us figure out how we got here, like this world, not the nest, and how to leave.
He is going to once again, in less so than the blink of an eye and more just you kind of watch as he sort of becomes more translucent before disappearing.
Oh no.
The creature now entirely focused on your hand that is relatively close.
I'm going to slowly bring my hand down to the ground with the wrist up.
In what is a very unsettling thing for everybody else watching, the creature moves at a speed which does not feel natural, and it gets its face right down level with yours, Hyperion, as you're now like inches away, and you can almost smell the decay on this thing's fangs.
Hyperion is just going to come clean and just be like, I've been cosplaying as a horse for the last 4 hours. I don't remember why I'm here. My name is Dave. How are you?
Are you an offering?
I hope not. I'm rotten already. I'll just sort of like lift up my faceplate to show I'm undead.
Once again, in a moment of this is an interesting one. I would be curious how each of your characters is going to react to this. The creature before you, Hyperion, goes, "Fine. I do not eat flesh."
What is it?
Something about flesh.
He says, "I do not eat the flesh."
The fuck you eat?
A soul.
Thanks to blood.
I'm guessing it's soul. You have 2 souls. Give it a soul. Give it a soul.
Well, hey, listen. I ask again. What do you eat?
Time.
Oh fuck.
Agreed.
This is literally
Time spider. Do I know anything about that? No, it's not real.
You eat time. Which form do you share the information? Share the information.
What information?
Tazzle just said, "Oh shit."
Brill, this is a good opportunity for you once again to try and break your fear. Up to this point, Brill's just been fucking just sitting there shuddering, like he's still afraid. He's still afraid. He can't help it.
Can I make an Arcana?
I think I fought that thing in Slay the Spire.
Should I do
I love Slay the Spire.
Intelligence to try
It's
to
so
see
good.
if I can know
You
what
have to
this
read
thing's
it.
talking
Like,
about, all the time and stuff.
I like it.
I haven't asked yet, but
So, Brill, you can still share your idea. You're just nonetheless terrified of this creature.
this creature's probably related to something that has to do with the time issue here.
Oh, you know what's worth mentioning? Since he's like facing like this now, Torin and Inkara, you both have an angle at which I could use investigation or perception, if you wish to look into the spider from a different angle.
Let's do that.
Perception or investigation, you said?
Torin, you're a little bit far away for your eyes, so he's kind of just a big translucent blue blob for you. But the scale of him is interesting, as being this far away from him, his size is inconsistent, which is disturbing.
Yes, it is.
It's like you can never get a bead for his actual shape, because it's not solid.
He's a ghosty boy.
Inkara, with your perception, okay. Inkara, you're going to see a language you do not recognize carved into this thing's thorax. And it's not as if it was carved by a knife or carved by any tool. It's as if the space itself was molded. Like part of his abdomen is missing and was replaced with this writing. And it seems that this writing is the source of the translucent blue magic that courses throughout him.
So wait, it's not carved into him? Or it is?
It's carved into him in a manner that does not look like any manner of carving you're used to. It's like I'm trying to relay. It's as if his flesh has sort of given way where the letters should be. It's not like his flesh was removed. It's as if it is just molded around this word. Like this word exists outside of him. It just happens to be attached to him. And from this language, these veins of light to dark blue hues flow through this creature's body, like blood coursing throughout him.
Is it Fae?
No.
Can Hyperion roll an Arcana check to see if he understands exactly?
He doesn't see it.
Yeah, no, I'm working off the time and the souls thing. Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I understand that?
You can try. With a 13. All right.
Oh yeah.
What you can tell. Oh, what are you gonna say, bro?
No, I think I was gonna do the same earlier.
Okay.
Something about the.
You can also try if you want, or you can just assist Hyperion.
I can do that. I have a +5 in intelligence and Arcana.
Well, if you and Brill want to work together, then we'll take that 20, and we'll proceed with the fact that this creature, what it's saying is what it's saying. It does not consume flesh like a living creature. It is not digesting you to create energy. It is feeding off of your lifespan directly.
Interesting, okay.
This effect basically means that the older you are, the more potent you are as a food source, rather than the more fleshy.
Well, I am 8. That would not help you very much.
Interesting.
This makes, in order, Tauren the most interest. Well, actually, it would be Hyperion technically. To be a Hyperion, then Tauren, then Brill, then Ankara, in the interest of feeding on you.
Hmm. Does he know about the whole, like, the world resetting?
Are you talking to one of the other people, or are you talking above the table?
I think I'll be actually asking him.
You're going to ask the creature if it knows about the
Time
world.
spider.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does it know? So the question is, does he know about the world you're currently in?
Yes, especially regarding it being a time loop.
He rotates back to you and he goes, "Yes."
What is your name?
How's that work with you eating time?
He goes. He takes a moment and he goes, as much as I want to keep up the accent, Discord hates accents, so I'm going to speak normally. You get the gist of how he's talking to you. It's like these. It's like these wispy, sort of like light-hearted whispers. He takes the time to think for a moment, and he goes, "This place is ripe with prey."
But do you reset when the world does?
He goes, "My nest does."
Oh.
He's part of the whole thing of this place staying or going.
What is your name? If you do not mind me asking, old one. Mr. Whiskers.
He goes, "I don't have one. Spiders needn't have names."
Do you want?
But do you wish to have one? Because that's very sad for how old you are.
He goes, "Spiders haven't need of names."
Fair enough. Okay, if you do not wish for a name, I will not give you one, despite the fact that I really, really want to.
I give him one anyway.
No, I will not. I will not be Kendra. I will not do it.
I will now name you Tia.
You shall not be named.
It will be Tia. Alright.
He kind of thinks for a moment though, and he goes, "What?"
You said you wouldn't do this. You said you wouldn't do this.
The last fleshling gave me one.
The last fleshling gave you one. A name.
What did you say, Mo?
I said Rome is my any other name. It's on Rome.
His name is Chrono.
So, as this creature kind of looks off into the distance for a moment, and it tries to remember its history. Your phone?
Yeah.
No, you had it last.
Oh, there it is, underneath all the shit.
He's going to say that his name is Samar.
Yes, what do you need? I can attempt.
As we have said many times, we would like to have you.
I don't trust you.
May I ask why? We have done nothing wrong for you to untrust us. Granted, we did enter your home for a mission. Never mind, I'll rescind my previous.
Hyperion will just look over at Ankara. Hey, you tried.
You tried. Torin, now that you have a better look, you're now the one in the best position to see this runic writing on his thorax. What do you want to say?
Who's talking to you?
No, I said Torin.
Oh,
You said you.
to Sean. I don't know if he's still.
Yep.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought he said Hyperion. I'm sorry. No.
How is it like marking him when he's kind of immaterial or incorporeal?
Sorry, I missed that. My wife was talking to me. What's up?
I'm wondering how is he like kind of marked if he is so incorporeal?
Are you asking him that, or are you inquiring in and of yourself?
Of myself.
Ah. Would you like to make some semblance of a check, or
That would make sense to me.
Okay. Do you want to discern the nature of the magic? Do you want to make a nature check? Do you want to just investigate the rune from the angle you can see?
Those are all bad checks. So metagaming wise, no, but in game, yes. Let's go with Arcana.
Arcana.
It's a spider.
Torin, whatever this magic is, it is the farthest thing from holy.
All right, now I guess I have to actually ask the spider himself. How'd you come to have these marks on you?
As he once again moves in a way that seems fast. It's not even as if he's moving fast, as if he's not moving at all, as he's now facing you. They are parasitic. A price for interacting with this place.
So you just stayed here and you got the marks on you?
No. The first time I investigated this pocket, I was branded by these.
Well, that's not encouraging at all. Branded by who or what?
It is the nature of this place. The same thing that keeps it ripe with prey. They are a piece.
Or they are what?
They are a piece.
Piece.
A piece of it.
Okay, what is it?
Do you know of home?
I don't believe that I do, no.
As it seems to kind of shut down for a moment, it's going to do the closest thing to sitting down that it can as it lowers down to sort of rest on the ground.
Okay.
It so this 8 foot tall, 800-pound spider rests in front of you, and it takes a moment to go. Are you sure you want to know fleshlings?
It sounds like we kind of have to leave, so yes, we do, please.
He warns in a way, there is a price.
You're hearing the story?
Trying to seem wiser than he is as an arachnid hunter, he kind of takes a moment. He goes, all information has a price.
Are we paying the price to you?
Oh. He goes, no.
Okay.
You will pay this price to yourself.
I'm okay with that. Just kind of checking with the party. What do you guys think?
What is the price?
A little unclear.
Even telling you the price is to start the story.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, that's well. That is. Is it easily distributed? Can I ask that?
I do not understand the question.
Just, Doran!
Say what?
How do I put it in better terms? Is it
Is the
equally
price of cost you pay physically, mentally, temporally?
Yes.
To all three?
to all of it?
He goes, to understand this place will be the greatest price you have ever paid.
Oh.
It's
But also-
okay, I have my faith. God damn it.
Okay. Hunter, are we gonna die?
No, not necessarily. But he just needs a unanimous agreement from all four of you that you're willing to hear the story before he'll tell it.
No, fine.
Yeah. Do it. Let's do it.
And Brill, you're also on board with this then.
Shall I roll to make my decision?
That's up to you if you want to make it up to choice or not. I will say that you are no longer frightened at this point, as the creature has become very lax.
Oh yeah.
That is,
Everybody else say yeah.
seems like everybody else is on board.
And he gave us a reason of what would happen if we did this or not.
No, he told you if he even to tell you the price is to commit you to the story.
Okay. Let's do it. We failed.
Before the story begins, I'm going to use my emboldening bond.
What? It's a thing. I keep getting added. I think they're spam. I keep trying to leave them, and I keep getting added to new ones. They are sketches, so I keep trying to leave them. What is this one? Emboldening bond. Starting first level, you can forge an empowering bond among people who are at peace with one another. You choose a number of willing creatures up to 30 feet with you that include yourself equal to your purpose. Blah, blah, blah. Create a magical bond for 10 minutes or until you use this feature again. Bond of creatures within 30 feet. The creature can add a deep one. Okay.
Rap God, let's go.
Fuck yeah.
$10 for that. $20 for that. $50.
Look, my reading comprehension has to spool up. Okay. Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, so Torn is going
I can pick two.
Torn is going to empower the four of you collectively. If you decide to make rolls during this or saving throws during this, to do a little bit better at.
You can only do two.
It's not four of us, it's just two of us.
You can only pick two. Oh, okay. So who are you picking?
I'm going to say myself, and then I'll let you three roll for it.
All right, 20s or hundreds or fours.
right,
Go with
here's
the
what I say.
D20 and go for lowest.
All right, whoever rolls lowest on a d20 that gets the bond. Well,
Are
you're
you
fucked.
kidding me? The one time I roll high is when I don't wanna.
I appeared in Ankara. Well, you're
Hey,
even more fucked.
18 could make it still.
I could still.
5% chance. Ain't that about a bit?
This is all our opening
Yeah.
attacks, and we just fucked ourselves.
He said roll low, and you all decided to just fucking max out. So Inkara's gonna get the bond then. All right. The spider is going to take a moment, and he goes, "What do you know of this place?"
Mort just pipes up and is like, I can't die. That's what we know.
Where is he?
We can introduce him for
He's
Mort.
on my back still.
Mort!
Push.
Torn, are you going to show Mort off?
I just realized we have a Nickelback.
Everything we know is from him anyway.
Sorry, there was a lot of people talking about this. What was that?
Yeah, I'll show more to the spider and be like, so this plant came from here, is now immortal, can't die.
The little Mort is going to speak up and go, "Holy shit!"
I know, right? Fucking huge.
Another cool creature, Mort. Look at this.
He looks up and he goes, "Eat me! Do it!
Eat me! Eat me! It's like Men in Black. Eat me!
Kill me!"
See, actually, Mort here is suicidal.
The spider.
Unfortunately, everything we know about this place is mostly through that plant.
The spider is not. Spiders don't really salivate, but he is very interested in Mort.
Oh.
I mean, if it's a time thing and Mort's immortal.
He goes, "That thing is ancient."
Found it in the
I feel like
in a very deep, quite threatening voice, actually, he goes, "Give it to me."
Tell us the story.
It's Mort yelling at the spider from Men in Black.
I mean, it's kind of a match made in heaven, I think. He wants to die, he wants to eat him.
It works pretty well.
And I do not want to fight the giant fucking time spider.
He goes, "Give it to me, and I will ensure your safe passage out of the nest."
Oh, come on. What about the story time? Story time!
And you tell us the story? And you tell us how to help you?
And I will explain this place to you.
Oh my god, dude.
Why
am I actually kind of afraid and sad in this moment? I didn't give a fucking shit about this dude until just now.
Mort goes, "Yes!"
Mort has been our key here for millions of years. He's been waiting for us.
Torin, are you going to allow Mort to come to the jaws of the spider?
For the 15, do I think that's a good idea?
You don't think it can hurt anything more, and you don't see how you could possibly escape this creature if it didn't want you to escape.
Mort, buddy, it's been nice knowing you. I will toss Mort at the spider.
I feel so sad.
Oh
In a in a moment of terror, you see this thing feed for the first time as one of its blade-like legs catches Mort out of the air, and the two fangs dive deep into Mort's roots as you watch this white poison flow through and corrode him. As he seems to go through ages of time, his leaves browning and greening and browning and greening in this rapid cycle that turns to a flicker before he just turns to ash. And there's this whisper of
Finally.
Lord, our squirrel fucking died.
I kind of feel sick.
I kind of think
we just lost our best friend.
No. You
I've
just
known him for 2.5 days tops.
I didn't actually give a shit until literally 30 seconds ago.
I loved it.
As the comic relief bush has now been consumed, the spider, more than satiated, is going to fully rest himself. You can see he is just glowing with energy, as he's very obviously been empowered by such a large feeding.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
He goes,
I've been trying to die for days now. Well,
He goes, "This plant. What did that creature teach you?"
Fucking nothing, bro. Literally
Oh,
nothing.
He told us that the time restarts every week at the end of every week. And then it changes. And
Pearl's just gonna be like, oh, you guys are listening to it?
He's like, "What a..."
I wasn't paying attention.
And he goes, "Oh, stop. You are not in a loop. You are parasites on the corpse of a creature beyond your understanding.
What?
Holy
hell?
Write that down, Scribe. Thanks.
Write that down.
It's like a god.
Please, thank you.
It's not exactly a poultry god. He looks at you, Tor, and he goes, Cleric, what do you know of gods?
Well, I know of my god quite well, though I did just recently see a god that I didn't know where he came from, so turns out I'm learning a lot.
He goes, I did not ask which gods you know. What do you know of gods? Their nature.
Divine beings, all powerful, have followers they can give magic to.
There's a misunderstanding. All powerful within their sphere.
That's fair.
Makes sense.
I guess, like, in their portfolios, they have power, but
Even still, your knowledge is limited.
I would be happy to learn more.
Your god covers their portfolio from their sphere. But what you can't comprehend is there are infinitely many spheres, with infinitely many gods that cover the same portfolios.
When you say sphere, you mean like world or like...
Oh, so much more than that.
Okay, I'm not sure how to phrase it in a way Torn would phrase this.
I'm so confused right now.
Is he trying to allude to a multiverse of gods?
That is exactly what he's alluding to.
Oh, dear God.
I was gonna say the multiverse, but then I wanted to keep my mouth shut, not bring that up.
He is absolutely not just alluding, but directly trying to explain to you the concept of a multiverse. He's calling each universe a sphere.
Here. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright.
He goes, your entire existence is a bubble on a fabric.
Oh God.
Hating that.
So, how'd we get to this place?
He goes, there is nothing. No. He seems to be struggling to explain it in common. There is
here in giant.
no. I don't know that language. There is more than nothing between those spheres.
Oh. Are we between spheres right now?
Worse. Normally, traveling between spheres can only be done through bridges created by extraordinary powerful individuals. But between those spheres and intermingled in those bridges is the nothing. Home was of the nothing.
Are we in the void?
Not quite. You are intersected. The four of you are on an intersection point between your four spheres.
Okay.
A creature, not even a creature, a thing beyond the spheres decided to interact. In its infinite boredom, its infinite curiosity, it reached out and touched every sphere at the same time. This had disastrous consequences. A creature of the nothing and a creature of the something cannot coexist, and so the something is now a parasite to the nothing. And now he of many names is irreparably broken, and he is pulling the spheres together.
Well, shit. Okay.
So wait, the something is the parasite to the nothing.
Yes.
And he of many names is the remains of the something? Is that right?
Of the
He of
nothing.
many names is of the nothing.
Okay.
He is named home as every sphere, much like I say about not needing names. Something of the nothing did not need a name. So every something that learned of him named him something that made sense to them. And so he had no name and every name. And so we call him He of Many Names, or
What did you say with that second part? He of many names or what?
just literally, he's just saying the acronym for He of Many Names. The creature's name is the following. Like, I'll just spell it out right here. Like he said, HOMN. He goes, and for the price that you are now paying, knowledge of the nothing will bind you to the nothing, and now you can't leave.
Wait, what?
Did we just play that game? Game. It's like, you lost the game. You lost the game.
He goes, your consciousness, no, your very beings, your very minds, your etherealness are imprinted, stained with the nothing. And in doing so, you are bound to it as long as it is bound to this.
And how will we unbind it from this?
How would you? I do not know.
Or someone, something.
That depends on the way you perceive them might change. The way they truly look, you will never know. But they will always share something in common. The dimension by which the shards play most is time or space. So if in such dimension you observe an impossibility, you are potentially observing a shard.
Respectfully, are you a shard?
Yeah, correct. Is the words on your shirt?
At this, the creature is going to become a bit more alert as it stands up again. And it's not so much hostile as it becomes very alert. He goes, perhaps.
I'm gonna pull out that rock that I found that I chipped off and be like, "Is this a shard?"
Oh my god!
the little glowing rock you have, really? He goes, no.
God,
I feel like Samark would say it more condescending and be like, "You're an idiot." No.
Like, that's a rock, buddy.
Is there anything special about this? It had effects happening to it.
He goes, it is arcane.
Oh, fuck yeah! And I'll put it at the top of the staff. I told you guys. I don't know if it'll fit, though. I forget how big it is.
Are you uncomfortable?
In my experience with fleshlings, when they observe an opportunity for power, they become irrational.
Are we being irrational?
You're not wrong.
So I am suspicious.
Understandable. The plane where I came from, the universe I came from, humans, they were not kind to my people. They take, they destroy, and they do not care. Which is why I ask you, as you have just told us that the shards give off time and space. If indeed there is a shard attached or inside you, are you comfortable?
Were they eating the cats? God damn it, that's a reference.
No. They were not eating the cats.
So Ankara, what was the latter half of your statement there?
I was basically saying, like, I understand where you're coming from and that you don't trust easily, and I know what it's like to be taken advantage of and etc. And being like, so that's why I ask you, even though you just told us that the shards express powers of time and space, which you do. If you do have a shard inside of you, are you okay? Are you comfortable?
He goes, am I okay? He goes, comfort is not a consideration for a being of myself.
And yet I ask it anyway.
You ask it because you are mortal. Comfort matters to your kind. And okay is vague and meaningless in the
Are
context.
you in pain in any way?
Immense.
Do you want to be more?
No.
Hyperion, stop helping.
Hyperion, you have 4 of its eyes now fixated on you. As you can see, its fangs begin to drip once again with venom.
There was a joke! There was a joke!
He is part horse, to be fair.
If you are in such immaculate pain, may we ask how we can help you? With the words, you say they are a parasite. Maybe we are able to.
If you collect the other 2 stars in this point, this small sphere, and I reconnect with them, I will be obliterated. But perhaps oblivion is better.
Then infinite pain? Probably yes.
I have felt the whisper of the other 2 shards.
2.
Would you like
Just, sorry, just real quick. I thought there were 4.
No, I said there were 4 points of interest.
4 points of interest, but there are 3 shards. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you found one of them now.
He's a shard.
One of them was each of your minds has now become attached to the nothing.
So are we gonna have to sacrifice ourselves?
No, you did not pay very close attention to Samark, did you?
I was writing! I'm the note keeper! I'm the scribe! What do you want from me?
Now that you are attached to the nothing, you can never leave as long as the nothing is still attached to the spheres.
Yes, I'm well aware.
That is what that means. You will forever be at the mercy of the nothing now that it has become a part of you. Unless you can separate the nothing from the something, which means repairing the damage that has been done to Hom by him interacting with the something. The implication, so above the table here to clarify a little bit, whether or not your characters understand or not, the implication is that this being that existed outside of the spheres, outside of gods, outside of existence, was curious enough to interact with what is. So he is not. He wanted to understand what is, but in touching and reaching out for what is, this nothing surrounds and envelops everything. Every single sphere of is surrounded by is not. And so if the is not reaches out and touches everything, now everything becomes jumbled up and connected in weird, unnatural ways. And that's what you guys are experiencing. Your spheres have become intersected in a way that they're not meant to be.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And now your brains, your minds, which hold on to information, and in some regard your souls, which can retain a bit of what you know, right, are now tainted with the nothing that is seeped into them, and you're now at the mercy of that nothing.
Interesting.
There's not really an easier way to explain a creature that is on dimensional levels higher than you.
Yeah, I kind of get it. I get what you're saying.
So put it this way, right? If everything that exists was inside of a ball, and that ball was floating in a pool of water along with however many other balls, each floating ball represents a universe, an existence, a place. Whether that place is the abyss or hell or a material plane or the astral plane or the fire plane or whatever, it is a place. It is one of the places.
I can't think it was the galaxies in Men in Black.
They're all connected by the water, but they're not directly touching or interacting with each other. Well, if that water was conscious enough to like reach out and grab each of the spheres, well, now they're connected, but they're connected in a really weird way. And you guys are experiencing essentially those balls kind of interacting with each other in an unnatural way, as if the balls were like phased into one another. There would be a point, because this is how geometry is, right? There would be a point on those spheres, no matter how many of them there are, where they all intersect. That's where you guys are right now.
Alrighty.
Alright.
That's why this, and he's saying the reason this place is temporary is because those spheres are in motion and they won't align forever. And at least they won't align in the same way forever.
Right.
Okay.
Now the implication is that Samark only knows all of this because he's been touched by one of these runes. So he is even more bound to this than you are.
Dang.
So the last point he made was, it seems in a way he may have adopted some of Mort's desire to not exist anymore.
Oh no!
By feeding on him.
Everyone wanting to suicide.
Maybe it's us.
And so he talks about how he would be annihilated if he was reunited with the other runes and or the other shards.
Sure.
And he seems to be okay with that.
And he was saying he has a vibe for where they are, I think.
Yeah, he said he's felt a whisper of where they are.
And would he mind telling us where that is? And please don't say the big dragon.
Are you asking him directly? Is this Torin asking him? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So Samark is going to take a moment to like sober himself as he's really giving you the blueprints to his own destruction at this point. That creature in the village knows of one of them.
Who's ready for torture?
He doesn't possess it. He's not touched by it, but he knows of it. And I know this because I have sought them out before, and each time it leads me back to him.
Interesting.
And there is another in the possession of an immensely powerful being, probably more powerful than myself.
Oh, fuck.
He is a creature that was native to this forest. He is the reason that this intersection point keeps returning to the image of this forest.
The fucking druid! God damn it!
I
Little
knew he
one!
was special. He's a fucking druid. He's excitingly
Fucking
cool.
little one! I hate that fucking druid. I hate him.
I think your kind knows these great ancient beasts as dragons.
Oh fuck! I was wrong.
Yep.
Roggers or draggers?
Dragons.
Dragons.
I think the
That's
druid
not
is a big
better.
part too, but I don't know if he's as required. But
What'd you say?
I don't know if the druid's like as a requirement for us, but I feel like he would be a nice, helpful addition.
Well, he said he's friends with the dragon, right?
I don't think he said exactly that he was friends with it. I think he knows of it.
He was familiar.
He's aware of the dragon.
I don't shake hands with it.
He pretty much told you he could tell you and lead you to the dragon if you so desired.
Turns out we so desire. Fuck my life. Alright, so we have the dragon and we have a thing that Tempest is aware of but doesn't actually possess. Do you have any idea of what that might be?
All I can say, as I said before, is a shard will warp the dimension of time-space in a way that is usually apparent.
The
So
tent.
find the paradox.
His tent.
I don't think it's a tent. Well, his tent has a silent spell. I think that's really it.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
In the case of the dragon, the green creature, he draws immeasurable strength from the shard that he guards. He has built a layer around it in a sense. In much the way that I use my shard of source of food, he uses it as a source of dominance.
We're gonna have to do a Bilbo Baggins.
Yep.
We don't have time for this.
Wait, we're gonna have to steal
We
something
need
from
12
him?
dwarves, the hobbit, and a wizard.
Are we looking for group? Is that what we're doing?
Maybe.
For our allies to go in and do something. The druids won.
I mean, Tempest probably would help with this if we told him about it.
I doubt
But I
it.
don't think.
I don't trust that ill fuck.
I'm
Especially
not
if he's being
saying
controlled by a
fucking no.
fae. Maybe if we
Down
tell him
kidding.
he's being puppeted by a fae, he may
These are
help us.
so nice. They have no chaos in them.
Okay, so shall we say step one is find the dragon shard?
Probably.
Yeah.
If we survive that, then we can try and find the other shard.
I feel like finding the this is just DM talking out of table here, but I feel like finding the Tempest shard is a significantly easier endeavor. But you do
Yes,
you.
but it take longer to get to the dragon. It would take longer to get to the dragon. While Tempest, we can kind of just gangbang him and force him to tell us where
I
it
don't
is.
think we're gangbanging Tempest. I don't know.
Can we
Yeah,
get
I'm
someone
sure
to
he
do it?
18. I don't know what. what you're thinking, gangbanging him at level 3.
I think he will just destroy us entirely. And Hunter, yes, I agree. The Tempest Shard definitely easier and probably closer by. But if we're gonna die, let's die big. In a blaze of dragonfire or acid.
Does anyone have an invisibility spell?
What was that?
Does anyone have an invisibility spell?
At level 3, no.
Shit.
Against an ancient dragon.
PTSD. We're doing it live. Fuck it. Carl will write
Maybe
it and we'll do it live.
if we send Hyperion in there, it'll be fine.
So I will forgive.
Wait.
So I will forgive you. I will forgive you for your newness to D&D. But I'm just going to. So Trevor and Sean both understand the implications of this, but for your sake, Kennedy and Josh, you're speaking of using an invisibility spell against a creature with a passive perception of 27.
Oh.
I think certain dragons have true vision too, don't they? Or true sight?
True sight.
They do it. They do when they become a certain age. Yeah.
I think
See.
so they'll see you anyway.
Question for our spider friend. If he's drawing strength from his shard and the dragons from his shard, if we got the shard nearest the Tempest, could we then draw strength from that to fight the dragon?
He goes, I don't think you understand what it means to get the shot.
That's why I'm asking the question.
He goes, would you? Perhaps if it did not annihilate you entirely. However, if you do so, then battling the dragon will be pointless. Because you will become just like him, just like me, and you will never leave.
Well, how do we get it without touching it then?
Oh, you can interact with it, but do not
use it.
Do not attempt to wield it hastily.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Hunter, I respect it, but you gave me 3 giant fucking MacGuffins and said don't touch.
You know what? He is bound by the logic of the universe to say don't touch. That doesn't mean that it is outside of your rights to then go ignore that and touch.
Oh, I know, but I'm playing a guy with a high whiz for once, so I'm gonna not push the big button that says do not push.
Oh,
Like, would your 2 parties not to fight for the shards?
Oh, yes. There is only one set of shards. Period.
What?
So 1 is the dragon, 1 is the spider, 1 is your other fucking party.
The other. Oh no, the other party has irreparably changed one of the shards.
For
But they
fuck's
don't
sake,
have
this
it?
is impossible.
Yeah, this is fucking phenomenal. What a game.
I like it.
This is impossible.
I want to.
Yeah.
Oh, it's time hopscotch. Okay, that's fucking wild. I love this.
That's what I liked about the old Pokemon game too, with, when we used to be able to do like crossover effects.
Yeah, that world got too big for that though. You guys are never in the same place.
I know, we're always fucking.
This game, I can use that a lot more because you guys are kind of bound to the same place.
Okay.
We really gotta go back to Canalave and be Nickel.
I'm kind of curious. I almost want to know how, since we're kind of not even. How many gyms have they done so far? Have they done the 3rd and 4th one?
3, I think.
Okay, so they're 1 ahead of us. Okay. Josh still has to do your grass gym, I think.
I do.
But, yeah, they've done 3.
That'll give you some good XP, and if you when you beat what's her name?
What was I saying?
Good money.
Oh yes. So yes, the tabletop being that is another interesting thing about the Labyrinthian campaign. Like if you guys were to, not saying you should or can do this, if you were to murder Samark right now and take his rune, that would change the quest line for the other group now, because now they have to figure out what you did with the rune.
Interesting.
And now the fun game is which of the three did the other group fuck up? You have to go chasing down.
Oh man.
Well, I assume not Samar because he's still here and essentially he seems unfucked. I don't trust him to not have gone to attack a dragon though, because they seem kind of
Reckless.
Yeah.
Reckless abandon.
They're a party of goddamn barbarians.
One of them is a power gamer who I enjoy putting in his place quite often.
That's fabulous.
Good. I'm glad.
Oh, you built an overpowered, perfect combination 19 AC wizard. You min-maxed a 19 AC wizard, so he passes massive wisdom and intelligence saves, so he's good at dealing with magic and physical attacks. Wouldn't it just be a shame if this entire dungeon relied on con save?
Oh, yes.
Yes, magic.
Riker.
Anyway.
Okay, so party votes: dragon or Tempest?
I feel like
Now, I will say, despite the fact that Samark has said don't draw power from the runes, that's kind of with an asterisk attached.
Like, it's a guideline, but you can kind of, if need be, overclock briefly.
Don't become attached to it.
Hey, I fed a plant to a spider, okay?
You fed an immortal.
Isn't my thing.
Think about it, you want to put it more like existential horror. You fed an immortal to a time vampire.
Damn.
I like that a lot more.
and he is now our friend. I would
And
hope
the
so.
immortal did want to die, so it was win-win.
I feel like we should get some EXP for that.
This is not an XP campaign. This is a milestone campaign.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, but no. Unfortunately.
I feel like we should recruit Tempest, get him, or trick him into helping us with the dragon, and then figure out where the stone is, which is a level 18.
I mean, that's a decent plan as far as we can't kill either one on our own, probably.
True. The only risk is that Tempest dies in the process. And then, of course, recruiting little one and tell us where the dragon is.
Also, if Tempest does die, I'm okay with that because apparently he himself is not the actual shard. He's aware of it though. So maybe his dying words are, "It's over there."
He's aware of it and or somehow bound to it, since he seems to be.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the fucking knife that drew out the green knife that drew out the demon from Hyperion. I'm telling you.
A knife would be interesting. We need a rogue. No. All right. So you guys are okay with going to Tempest?
Yep.
All right.
At this point, by the way, it is like the dead of night. Like the glow of Samark is most of what the glow of Samark and your torches is most of what's keeping the light up here. This entire time, you guys have heard the skittering of spiders the size of you around you. It has been a very unsettling story time.
What does your spider silk do, by the way? Just curious.
I do not understand the question.
Your silk that you produce, it glows with magic? Is it just very strong silk, like more than normal? Like what? It's just curiosity.
I do not understand your perspective.
Doran!
Okay. Most spiders weave or produce silk. We've seen what looks like magic silk around here. So I think the cat assumes that's actually yours.
It is coming out of him.
It is. But what does the phrase, what does it do, represent?
How is it different from, like, ordinary spider silk?
It is from me.
Oh my god.
Is it stronger, lighter, in some way magical, or like maybe time sensitive?
Yes.
How is it involved with time?
In the same way that I am.
The silk feeds on time?
In a sense, it exists somewhat outside of it.
So, just spitballing here. If we could get some from you and make it some kind of like a lasso or a net and then put that on the dragon, would that have any kind of impact on the dragon?
Were you capable? It would shackle him to a moment in time.
I am so happy I asked this question.
Oh my.
But it would serve little. It would serve little to weaken that creature.
When you
What
say
you-
shackle him,
Yes.
what do you mean?
What you will have accomplished is preventing him from escaping this moment.
Now, bear with me here. The way we experience time is linear moments. If he was to be stuck in that moment in time, would we then progress past him, making him, for our viewpoint, functionally vanish?
You think of the flow as too disconnected. You will shackle him to your perception, your experience. He will be incapable of drawing upon his own time to change his position. And under normal circumstances, he could leverage the power of the shard to exist simultaneously at any and all moments along his own stream.
Oh shit. Yeah, can we get some of your silk, please?
I'm still confused.
How would you contain such a thing? How would you weave such a thing?
That's a fair question, given your venom fucks off too. I guess, how is it still here?
Because I will it so.
Could you will this to also remain?
I'm not sure.
You
Were
want to try?
it detached from me, I'm not sure how it would react.
Do you
He's
like
going to-
protest?
He's going to produce a strand of this thick, much thicker than what is above and in the trees, which seem to be like individual strands. He produces a proverbial rope, which he coils into a reasonable size and sort of like twirls up with one of his legs, making a bit of a loop out of it. And then he cuts with a slashing motion of one of his legs off of himself, the strand, and it seems to sort of like waver, like it wants to disperse. But it's relatively stable. It's not
Okay.
like his venom that is sort of aging away as soon as it is apart from him. It is kind of there.
Now, is there any danger in, say, if I hold that?
I'm not sure. you will likely be bound to it.
You said bound to it?
Stuck, bound, whatever synonym you choose. Think of it like in your mortal prison. In order to chain something, you have to chain it to something else.
Yeah.
You become bound to the silk. What you tie it to becomes bound to the silk. And they are anchored in a way that is to you.
I'm trying to parse that into like game mechanic terms, Hunter. I'm not sure I'm clear.
He's essentially saying you are going to be bound to the silk. Think magic weapon bound. Like nobody else will be able to interact with it but you, and you're going to have to be the one to wield it.
Gotcha.
Not to mention that if you do end up using it as a weapon against the dragon, you're going to be the one connected to the dragon.
Dragon rider, you say? Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. Do we think I am the best fitted to do this? Because I will happily give somebody else the dragon time rope.
I mean, I'll take the dragon time rope. If you don't know.
Well, what are the qualifications to like?
Wielding it, yeah.
Yeah, like what are the best wielding qualifications?
There aren't really qualifications. It is a strand of rope, but it is a strand of rope that is made from the immaterial. He's essentially saying that whoever touches it will set the precedent for what it binds to. Now, this doesn't mean much for the four of you yet, as the four of you aren't really traveling on separate wavelengths, right? You're not existing in different time streams. But if something were to time shift one of you, then it's your relative stream that he would be attached to.
Gotcha. Okay. I think given that actually using a rope requires hands, the fighters probably shouldn't be trying to both use the weapons and ropes.
That's a good point.
So between yourself, Grill, and me, like, I'm down for it, unless you want it.
We can put a lizard on a lizard.
Wait, how small are you, Brill?
4 foot something, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty fairly sure, yeah. I'm a little
We
guy.
could throw you at the dragon.
He's like 4'8" or 4'9", I think we said.
Yeah.
We throw him at the dragon.
Yeah.
Pretty accurate to his picture.
You can't toss a dwarf, you can fucking sure huck a lizard.
You can eat a lizard.
Why am I being thrown?
He's like, I'm unsure
The
about
dragons can fly.
I'm unsure about being wielded as a weapon.
Get yeeted.
You know, if
Not
this was
as
Jerry,
excited as
he would
Jerry
have
was
no
in
issue
Pokemon.
with us doing it.
Oh yeah, no. Throw Jerry.
Oh, Semarg, could you give us more than one of these?
I doubt that more than one can exist simultaneously.
Okay.
It was requiring tremendous focus to keep that one.
I thought it might.
I should warn you. When the cycle shifts, that will not come with you. If you're bound If you stay here, it may. But if you move away from me on the points of influence, that will stay with me.
And what if you're, gone by then? I assume it goes with then too.
Then all the same.
Okay. That's okay. All right. So, Brill, do you want the rope? If not, that's fine. I have no problem taking it.
We're taking this right now. Or we want to get it.
No, we're not going to have another
Personally, I would say either give it to the cleric, the giant cleric, or the dead barbarian. But Torin is the smartest of the group, so maybe give it to
Don't know
her.
what I'd do with it.
Right, then I will take the rope and then try and later on fuck with the dragon with it.
Well, alrighty.
I will reach out and pray to my goddess and then take the rope.
Yeah, I feel like the rope would be good for someone else. I can kind of do other cool shit.
Okay.
Okay, you feel this sort of like strangling as the rope sort of ties its way around your arm. And as it wraps around your forearm in a cord, it seems to transluce as if it's just a haze over your arm.
Well, that's kind of neat.
Can
I can still like fully use the arm, right?
Oh, yes. It is not doing anything to strangle your ability to use your arm, but it is wrapped tightly enough that it's ever noticeable to you.
Gotcha. Okay.
I want to try to cast Identify on that, maybe as a ritual on the stone I have. But
Identify as a ritual. You can do that when we take a long rest, eh? Which is coming up. So, at this point, Samar is going to kind of glance around and he goes, "You need to go. Your offering has expired."
Oh shit.
Do not need to tell us twice. Let us flee the ravening spider horde.
Bane. No, I'm kidding.
He said you could. He said he reaches out and he goes,
touch.
He has one of his front legs is reached out in either direction of him, and he says, "Touch."
I will do it.
Okay. I'll touch the giant spider.
I need to know from each of you because if not, then the experience will be different. So Hyperion for real.
You touch the spider.
I want to cast Ball Snipe on myself.
You can do so as a bonus action, but then touch the spider.
I'll touch the butt.
Yes. I mean, it's an action, but I mean,
As the that's fine. It's not like a timed thing. He's just it's a timed thing, but it's not like an 8-second timed thing. He's going to as soon as the four of you have made contact with him, there's this like flash in your eyes, but it's not even so much in your eyes, it's just like on the back of your skull. As the world around you seems to turn to a maze of spider silk and brightness. It's as if you're being thrust through this cocoon, and when you regain your ability to see the world as normal, you have been deposited back into the graveyard. At which point, Samark is going to speak for the last time as he says, "My promise to deliver you to safety has been fulfilled."
Well, thanks for keeping your word. That was
He says, "Good luck to you, you cursed fleshlings. You poor, wretched, cursed ones."
well, thanks.
I'll take
A little bit
whatever
rude, but okay.
luck we can get. Gonna wave goodbye to the giant fucking spider.
Yep.
It's going to disappear off in the shadow.
That's fine.
Wash.
Thank you. You want to bring up the giant?
Is there something?
Okay, so you guys have been deposited into the graveyard, and with that, it is the pitch of night. Samael Samar probably talked into like the AMs.
Okay.
We did a thing.
Put it this way, right? I gave you the Spark Note talk on the table, but Samael's version of this story would have been a mind-bending, like hours-long recital.
Who's Samael?
God damn it, Samar.
My head hurts.
Sean seemed to follow the dimensional fuckery best of all, so you can ask him.
I think the main point right now is we go back to camp, get a rest in, and then probably discuss things with Tempest.
But we do not have time to rest.
Yes, and if you don't, you'll take exhaustion and be less effective than ever.
Any chance that when we got Bamf down here, he also put us back in time by a day or 3?
No.
Didn't. I guess I had to ask.
Samark seems relatively capable of maintaining your relative stream. And he so kindly did so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, you'd be fucking pissed off too if you had to fucking clean ash off your canvas tent.
Yeah.
It's not my tent.
What a waste of a 20.
We stole these. We stole these tents. We were gifted them. It's not our tent.
I don't have
It's our problem.
prestidigitation. I wish I did. Prestidigitation, please.
So you guys,
I'll get up.
so really, you're gonna crawl out to see Hyperion and be like, all right, what are we under attack by?
Yeah, what's going on? Let's go.
Hyperion will point off into nothing and just say, "The spiders are here."
I'm gonna attempt an insight check.
You have no idea what he's talking about. The evidence of your eyes does not agree with him. However, what you discern is that he genuinely believes the nonsense he's saying.
Alright, well, let's go.
They're crawling on me. They're crawling on me. They won't get off.
What you get for chasing the wrong dragon?
Babe, you're not Jerry.
Yeah, I was like, this
I'm dead. There's gonna be some quirks.
There's nothing there. Do you want me to try to hit him with something?
Yes, hit him. Hit him all.
Hey, Hyperion, sensing a moment of mental weakness in which to invade, you begin to hear whispers at the corner of your mind.
This will work Hyperion into even more of a fray and just say, and he's now screaming, kill them all at the top of his lungs.
You're not Jerry.
Hyperion, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Well, important question. Hang on, let me roll for it. Am I still getting hit by Brill?
Brill, are you going to smack him?
I'll hit him with a I guess no frostbite. As if I'm gonna try to lightly freeze off whatever is apparently on him. Where is it? Tell me where it is.
You're gonna hit me with frostbite. You're
Point
sure
somewhere.
you're gonna hit me.
So, Brill,
Is the
are you
spider
intending
on
to
the-
harm him with this frostbite, or is it kind of just like a fuck off?
Kind of like a joking one. Tell him where to point. Where
Okay, so it's not actually a meaning. It's not actually a harmful like attack. It's just like a little burst of cold.
Okay. Hyperion will point to the inside of his thigh, not quite near his crotch, but like by his knee, almost.
Okay.
Hyperion, I need you to make that charisma saving throw for me.
Okay. One moment. Oh, I exited out. Damn it.
Oh damn.
All right, Hyperion,
Nice.
you hear nipping at the butt of your consciousness these demonic tendrils, which, seeing the psychosis you're going through, speaking nonsense and shouting at shadows that aren't there, they think they see a moment to take over your psyche and shatter your oath. But you steel yourself against this in time, aided by the little burst of cold that has playfully shot at you to ground yourself in reality, and you come back to your senses in time.
And as I come back to my senses, I take it Brill did aim that frostbite spell real quick at my leg.
To be fair, based on height, if you just shot it straight out, it will have hit you roughly in the stomach.
Did you shoot it straight out, or did you aim for the spine?
I aimed for where you pointed at.
All right.
But I'm tiny as fuck, so.
Hyperion will stand straight, shake his leg, and a frozen maggot will hit the ground.
Oh.
Oh.
You.
What the?
Hyperion will then look down, look back up at Brill, look down, and just sort of whisper, "Oh, it was only the con of being undead. I forgot I'm everyone's lunch now." And I'll just sort of have a haunted expression behind my helmet as I rub my shoulders shivering and walk back to my tent.
At this point, Torin, you've shaken off the annoyance and crawled out of your tent, and Inkara, as you try to get up, you'll awaken to glance over at this weird interaction as Hyperion seems to be trouncing away from Brill's tent. In short, the four of you are now awake and ready to gather.
Let us go gather.
So we can circle back to Inkara in the turn order then, see what you want to go about.
I will just make sure that group up and have a formal plan.
Have you met us?
What is our formal plan?
Look, okay, we have cons of the plan.
Which is?
No one? Okay.
What?
I have heard that reference before. I don't know where it's from.
Well, I didn't know
one of the debates.
Oh, right.
Do you eat the seeds on these things?
the debate.
Yes.
They're very, very hot.
Okay, so shall we go and try and talk to Tempest and be like, hey, so we have a way out, maybe? If you can help.
Come on, take it.
All right. Well, Torin is going to be the first to speak then in front of Inkara as he joins the rest of the group and proposes a course of action. Anybody going to argue or discern that point?
Sorry, Josh was talking to me about chili peppers. What was that?
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers? Good choice.
It's what I'm cooking with right now.
Carolina Reapers.
I was talking about the band. Yeah.
Double move on.
That's fair. Anyway, so my thought was we go and try and just persuade Tempest to help us. Because he wants out, we want out. And trying to convince him by way of intimidation, I think is not going to work well for us.
Well, you're the most friendly with him, so whatever you want to do, you. But if I don't know if this is a good idea, because if he already potentially has one in his possession.
Well, from what Samar was saying, he's aware of one or bound to it, but doesn't actually have it though.
He said he is bound to it. He is aware of its presence and that he is bound to it.
In that case, we just have him help us fight a dragon.
Can I roll a history check?
Yeah.
What are you trying to remember?
If he was bound to the thing or not, or like he knows where it is, but he's also bound to it.
You would not have You would not have any way to remember that because you didn't even know that those two things were a thing before.
No, I'm talking about what Samark said, because Samark said he knows where it is and is potentially bound to it. Pretty sure that's what he said.
You trying to remember what Samark said?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's perfectly clear. You just said I mean, it's only been a couple of hours since you talked. Well, it's been asleep since you talked to him. And
it's more of, I think we forgot the actual wording.
Okay, so that's fair. So Samark said that he thinks that Tepis knows of it, whether or not he has become bound to it or not.
Okay. So is aware, but isn't per se bound to it. Gotcha. As far as we know. Okay. So are we cool with my going to try and just talk it out?
True, but okay, that is fine. Just be very cautious because if he is in possession of one of these fractures, we don't know if he's trying to use it as a power grab or something else. So just be very cautious of what you say. Because if he's coming with us to collect the other fractures, not to put them together, but to use them for power purposes, this could be very bad. And he will kill us.
Yes, he would. Which I guess is a bad thing.
I would agree. I would agree with that one. I'm scared.
It'll be probably okay. If not, it might be this quick. Alright. I guess I'm gonna go talk to Tempest if he's around.
Are you doing so alone, or does everybody want to come with him?
We'll go with.
It's a question for them. Alright.
I will follow, but give him space.
I will give myself guidance first.
Guidance. Guidance is very strong look to spell. All right. So everybody's going to head into town. It doesn't do damage, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but unless you're playing a heavily, battle-focused game, skill checks are worth that.
Yeah, no, it's just like Pokemon. The only thing I care about is lowering the enemy health, and beyond that, if their numbers don't go down, this spell doesn't do anything. All right, Torin, you're going to be the first one to encroach upon town. Let's not have you guys walking through the fire, at least. Getting to the outside of Pepis' tent. Are you simply going to barge in? How do you want to go about?
Yeah, I mean, I'll try and, as much as one can, knock on a tent flap.
Just kind of like shudder it a little bit.
Yeah, kind of like pokey. So hopefully I see it move because you can't hear a sound in there.
As he kind of sees the tent flap waving a little bit, he kind of like lightly, not so much yells at you, but like calls you. Like, yes. What is it?
So we've returned and we have some information you might like.
At this point, he will step out to where everybody can see him. He goes, all right then. Explain.
So we found some more about what this place is, kind of why we're all here, and maybe even how to get out.
Well, that is interesting.
Thought you might think that.
Oh, I see everyone has come. Well, speak.
Am I a dog?
Going to choose not to engage with that question.
I like it.
Well, leaving that aside, it turns out we're in some kind of parasitic bubble on reality, spears, tangents. The main takeaway is that fuck off dragon to the west has the thing we're gonna need. So our thought was you come, help us, we all get the thing, and we get one step closer to getting out of here for good.
He seems visibly distressed. He goes, that is a lot.
Trust me, you have no idea. I just condensed like hours of trauma into this for you. You're welcome.
Yes, basically, there are a couple of pieces that we that are out there that if we put them together, will basically release this place as well as us.
And
What the fuck?
That was really garbled.
no, it wasn't. It's not even that it was garbled. It's what she just. Torin, the way you worded it and the way that she just worded it create two entirely different metrics.
What do you mean? I just said the same thing he said.
Not even close. Torin worded it. Torin had set this up as you guys somehow learned of a dragon you needed help with. You just let slip that you guys know of the shards.
Oh, I didn't. What? I thought that's what Torin just said.
No, I never said shards.
I didn't say shards either.
You said there are 3 pieces we need to collect.
I said there are pieces.
Yeah, whether you call them shards or not doesn't matter. He now knows that you know.
Can I backtrack, please?
No.
Live and learn and then die.
Tempest's curiosity was already like very high, and with the addition of Inkara's words, his eyes are just aflame.
I didn't mean to.
It's okay. To be clear, Hunter, when you say his eyes are aflame,
I just go up to Tempest. These are not the shards you're looking for.
His eyes are aflame. So I say aflame like what is normally that like just kind of like passive lime green color of his eyes is virulently glowing at this point, like emitting measurable amounts of light.
Can we please backtrack and pretend it didn't happen?
Torin, as you're the closest one to him, he looks you straight in the eyes and he goes, "Where did you learn of the dragon?"
oh, this little halfling guy. His name is Little One, but also his bird's the same name is very strange.
Torin, this is going to cause him to like very irritatedly grab the bridge of his nose.
You've met him, I see.
He's an annoying little shite.
He is so much more and yet so much less. What did he tell you? As he's now looking over to you and Kari, he goes, "What did they tell you about pieces?"
Just that there are a couple pieces, and that if you bring them together, eventually we'll be free. He spoke very fast, so that's all I got from him. He did not make any sense.
Ankara, he looks almost through you. You're lying.
Why would I do that? We've been helping each other.
All four of you.
Vacation of before.
All four of you are going to need to make athletic saving throws or strength saving throws. Sorry.
Athletics would give me at least +2, but then you change it to strength, and it's not.
Well, and saving throws don't come in skill flavors.
That's true.
Yeah.
Fuck, saving
Now I
throws.
forget if I can actually use guidance on a saving throw. I don't think I can. Maybe.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
I think there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
ability
2
check.
ability check. I mean, strength
Are
and
you
ability.
fucking kidding me?
We got Brill, Hyperion, and we got. No, we're just waiting on Torrent. Okay.
This is because I didn't get that last hour of sleep, peoples.
Yes, pretty much. Okay, so Hyperion and Brill, your weapons are stripped away from you. All 4 of your limbs are bound by chains made of shadow. Torn and Kara, only your arms are grabbed. So you've been grabbed by the wrists. Unlike Hyperion and Brill, which are entirely tied down, you are only partially restrained.
Tazzle remembers this.
Hyperion's gonna look over at Brill and say, haha, you're a lesser threat.
What?
But wait, Brill is also fully
You're
chained
both
up. It's like
changed.
yeah, you're both fully chained up.
We are the bigger threats, apparently.
It's
Or just the
or the
good
easiest
guy.
targets, right?
Yes. I'm
So the
talking
two of them
myself.
are like totally wrapped up in shadow chains. Torn and Kara, you guys have just been grabbed.
Tempest, there's no need for this. Calm down. We're all here as friends.
Tempest is going to just put a finger to his lips and look at you, and he goes, "Shh, I like you. Don't change that."
I now no speak.
Tempest takes a step toward you and Kara. What did you learn?
I just told you. Granted, little one could have said something else. I couldn't really understand him. Doran tried to translate, but he didn't get very much either.
This is your last chance to stop lying. What did you learn?
Why would I lie to you?
And Kara, he's going to reach up, face his palm towards you, and in a word that only translates to your ears, he says, pain. I need you to roll a d6 for me.
Sucks hard.
And Kara, this spell that he's just cast is going to inflict 3 points of psychic damage on you. As you feel as if needles are being pressed into your scalp from different angles. Stop. If at any point anybody wants to try and break their shadow binds, a secondary strength save is what is required.
For now, I'm good.
Brill, you struggle with all your little lizard might, but you are well and truly tied down for the time being. Tempest is going to get much closer to your face, Ankara, and speak to you in like a hiss of a whisper and go, "You may be damning us all if you continue to lie. What did you learn?" How does Ankara respond?
I will just keep my mouth shut, glare at him, and then hiss in his face. Kind of like growl in his face.
Okay,
Pain. Ankara, roll a d12. Two psychic damage as you feel the essence of a blade running up your forearm. Stoic is not the solution. Everyone else can see what's happening if you want to speak up. Despite stoicism, it is very apparent that the spell that Tepes is casting is causing significant pain. You're going to try to break out. Okay, so I fear, and you struggle against your chains, but do not manage to break out of them. Your mouth is not tied, is what I'm trying to reiterate to you.
Tepes, leave her be. We'll talk some more.
Okay. And I'll start with you. You've been forthcoming. Maybe you'll understand when I say withholding information right now may damn all five of us to temporal oblivion. What did you learn?
It's a little complex, so if I mangle through it, forgive me. It was a very late night. We're all here because our spheres, our worlds, intersected at that point.
Torin, ask him that there is a price to know.
I'm not telling him the entire tale yet.
Hang on.
Tempest, we found these things out with a warning given. There's a price for it.
He goes, it's too late for that. That is what I needed to hear. That is the piece of information that I have been protecting the four of you from this entire time. As he waves his hand and the chains are released from all four of you.
That is why I did not
I
tell you.
appreciate the attempt.
I did not know if you were already stuck here. I did not want to say anything.
Whoever told you this has already told you that you are now damned to this place.
Which is the reason I did not tell you in the first place. I did not know if you knew, and if I were to tell you, you would have been damned here with us.
Now, understand. First of all, little Miss Cat Racist, not an elf. Second of all, did you go okay?
I don't know, that was a far away yell. I don't know.
I think possibly yes.
I just screamed. I was like, "You told us you were a fucking elf!"
You motherfucking
elf. He goes, first of all, you little racist, not an elf. Second of all, so much effort not to reveal any information that would imprint upon your mind and damn you. So much effort put into making sure that you were not already corrupted. So much wasted.
But now we all know we can all work together.
This is
Trevor.
What happened?
Trevor, I see what you put in the chat. Where did you go?
Tempest is going to take a step back and goes,
Look, we're talking about the picture.
and Kara, he lifts his palm towards you again. He goes, mend mind. And you feel the psychological damage that you taken restored as your HP comes back to you.
All right. You're still a dick, but I don't like you. But fair enough.
Well, since you know, and it's too late for you all, your teacher may not have been superb. I'm not sure whomst you learned all this from, but do you need no more?
Yes.
Well, we don't know, so I'm not sure. But what we do know is that if we combine the shards, this world will cease repeating. And we can go somewhere else.
We can be free.
Up here, at least.
That is... That is the perspective of a being that does not fear annihilation.
He actually did say if we can bind the shards, him being one of them, he would actually cease to exist. But apparently he's in pain all the time, so for him it really wasn't a downside.
Tempest is going to put a finger up. You spoke to the spider?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Samrak is very nice. Well, when you feed him something that is literally immortal, and he's no longer hungry.
That creature is not kind. That you were not preyed upon is at best extraordinary luck, at worst circumstance.
We just fed him. Although at a great cost.
Don't say that.
We murdered more
Now
people.
ignore him.
You just see Kara put a paw over her eyes, like her ears go back.
She was weirdly attached to that plant.
The plant she originally...
It was the only thing I bonded with in this group. Leave me alone, huh?
So,
Crazy.
Tempest seeming disturbed by the fact that you guys interacted with the spider, he goes, wow, since you survived, that creature does not ordinarily communicate. What questions did he leave you?
Nothing
He
really.
said that there was a shard that you're aware of.
Correct.
That was not the dragon. Or it's not in the dragon's control.
Also,
But didn't say what it was.
So, that creature makes so many assumptions. I know of the pieces of... How to even say it? I know of the shards of that thing. And I know of one of them which I have had an unfortunately close interaction with.
So you don't know
what was that?
Well, it was the thing that kept that flowing. As he points roughly in the direction of the immense waterfall. And if you glance off into the distance, you can see that that waterfall is completely still.
Oh.
The water that flows into the top of it just sort of disappears into this column of unmoving, unreactive, frozen water, frozen in time and space. It almost looks like ice, but it's too translucent and yet too chaotic to be ice.
It's just laminar flow. It's fine.
And yet the river at the bottom is continuing to flow as if the water is making it from point to point.
That is a bit weird.
That river was connected to something temporal. I have attempted to study it. Now it is broken, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Well, what have you learned?
I have a few reports. Not sure what you know outside of my own, but I know a few things. That, we'll call it the waterfall's rune, as it were, was somehow connected to the being that is generating this environment. And there are 2 other shards like it in this existence. The spider has greedily consumed one of them. The other is coveted by a great winged beast.
The dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I just sounded Irish.
Part of
Too
his
much time alone.
part of his horde, as it were.
Also,
It's 'cause of
Samarak shard says for Samarak he said that the shard was forced upon him as a price for him being too curious about this case.
You believed the words of an animalistic predator outgrown of its own shell.
Touche.
We suck again.
His kind is capable of shifting between planes as a natural sort of phenomenon. He happenstanced upon a plane which he did not recognize, a sort of door that had opened that had not been there before. And his curiosity was to enter that door and kill the very first thing he saw that it was worth some measurable amount of temporal energy.
Wait, say that again?
And such he consumed what he thought to be a source of immense temporal energy, being the shard.
Gotcha.
I see.
Now, this has come with some advantages to the spider, as you've seen. His kind are not typically capable of conversation, nor are they capable of such intense longevity and power. However,
And Kara's gonna turn to Torin and like look at the silk and be like, and not say anything, but like go from him to the silk to him and be like, wiggle her eyebrows up and down and be like, should we show him?
Thorin looks back at Ankara and gives a very discreet shake of his head. No.
Okay.
Time and a place.
given that Tepes cannot see Ankara, he's not going to be able to directly pick up on what you're doing right now, but...
Great.
That said, Tepes is going to sort of take a moment to be very silent and thoughtful, and he looks down at Beryl and Hyperion and says, "You two of you were very quiet. Path, I would suggest what's the word I'm looking for? Keep in mind where you're from.
Yeah, that's a little cryptic because we're all from different worlds.
Correct. If you lose track of where you're from, it is entirely possible to, in a sense, be consumed by this place.
Oh. That's good to know and not all terrifying.
One of the chains that bind me here is that exact problem.
You've lost a touch of your home plane, the world. Okay.
I don't know who I was before I came here.
Well, that's goddamn awful.
And my patron is not kind to this plight.
Well, good thing Torin here knows a thing about that. Maybe able to help you.
Okay, say that again?
I basically told him, be like, Torin may be able to help you. Because, you know,
I'm not sure what you believe Torin to be capable of doing about this.
Have you tried prayer?
Every single day.
But to who? That's the main important point.
My patron, as I've spoken a few.
That's a whole different thing. I'm talking about faith, not magic.
Well,
like, the patron gives you power, but my God doesn't give you your soul.
Well, to be clear, for one such as me, faith and power are synonymous.
Alright, fine. If I can't convert you, I want to go trick some other guys.
When you first got here, did you keep a notebook or a diary or something?
Yes.
Keep in touch with yourself.
I did. For much time, in fact. But with every coming cycle, you remember less about who you are, and eventually that notebook just seems as if it was written by someone else.
Maybe reread it. Take some time.
Every single cycle, I read the entire novella, and it means less to me every time. Your philosophical musings are both appreciated and, unfortunately, pointless.
Well, I at least I was trying to help you.
You're on the right side, that's for sure. At this point, the best thing that can help me is succeed, because perhaps if you do, then I can, cease.
Why is everyone fucking suicidal, Hunter?
Are you okay, buddy?
Well, as a favorite artist, writer of mine once said, immortality is not living forever, it's watching people die forever.
True.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I've been thinking about that a lot.
So the thematic moment here with Tepis is imagine the first couple cycles he actually knew every villager by name, and he tried to make friends with them, and even 10, 20, 30 cycles later when he knew everything about every single villager, he was still kind to them. And then 10, 20, 30 cycles after that, it starts to just be a chore just to say their names. And how many hundreds of cycles of watching them all disappear and forget you could you take?
True.
God, no.
Jesus.
It's depressing.
That went fucking dark.
Well, that's always kind of been a theme here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, your question about why are all of these people suicidal? They're old. Older than you can imagine.
And they've been stuck for a very, very long time. Okay, so we get horses, check into my converts, and we go west. If somebody asks, the cart is in the woods, and we're getting the horse to bring back.
Correct.
And with that,
horse was not enough.
Someone asks, we give it to Tommy. We give it to Tom. Little did they know, Tom's dead. So when they go to look for Tom, he won't be there. Haha. Okay, let's.
are you talking about the other group?
No, I'm saying like we left the cart with Tom, but Tom is dead. So when they go look for Tom, he won't be there.
So your assumption is they don't know that Tom is dead.
I still think we killed Tim, but we'll keep going.
True.
Doesn't actually matter that much. But at this point, this is where I think we leave it for this session, with the plan being to head out on horseback and find the lair of the beast.
Yep.
Finding the druid first, and
I mean, you could. That works too. But that's part of sort of tangential to finding the lair of the beast.
Yeah.
With that said, if nobody else has any other questions, that's where we're going to end off for the day.